YouTube, and we're live.
Hi, Mom.
I said to stop disrespecting people.
Sorry, Mom. Bye, Mom.
Right, so who wants to do the recap, or would you like me to do a recap?
Onwards, a brave squire. I do have some notes. I can do a recap, and I'll try to be actually brief this time. Yes, sure. Okay, so last episode, Felismon showed up. He eventually evolved into Myrmurcusmon thanks to his weird machine and energy siphon away. He he trapped Sonia into a nightmare and absorbed her energy as well. And he confronted the rest of the group and had some choice words for Mistymon, and Mistymon had some choice words to throw against him as well. Verbal confrontation followed by actual physical confrontation. Fight, word, debate reveal that Murkismon's motivation is to actually help nurture the weak to become strong instead of being oppressed by this cold and cruel world. Instead of being like Vandemon and super selfish and all that. But as the fight went on, the machine was about to explode. Mistymon evolved into medieval Dukemon to try and prevent that from happening, but the explosion made everybody evolve into big boys like a Mugen Dramon and a Blitzgreymon. So we were kind of fucked. And unexpectedly, Myrmurcusmon started to, I don't know if disintegrate is the right word, but sort of split into two, and we saw, and we Lilithmon, yes, that's the name. I forgot for a moment. Lilithmon, which was Myrmurcusmon's sister back then. When they were Petit Maman together, back in the flashback episode that Yudai totally saw and was absolutely not confused by. Sleepmon Dark evolved into Morphimon to try and prevent Lilithmon from doing her evil thing, which she was threatening to hurt Myrmurcusmon again and do, a shtick of being a mini Bobini. We somehow managed to recruit the soldiers that were left alive by being really charismatic and kind and not at all causing them to die accidentally. We were actually very convincing at the end. And we beat up Lilithmon and sent her flying like a cartoon character. And that's pretty much it. Dukemon had a solemn speech near the end, since people died and the music was sad. And there was some bonding between Ilomon and Dorumon, since they had similar backstories, and that was about confronting the darkness and all that, and it seemed appropriate. Besides that, post-credit scene, we saw the Kageyaki's dad being tortured for, possibly making a weird machine for Keramon. I don't really know what he wants to do exactly, but that cannot possibly be good. He's refusing to help him, but Diablomon did kidnap a few other scientists and he's threatening to kill them if he doesn't. Typical villain stuff. So who knows what might happen? And who knows what might happen specifically right now in Digimon Vortex.
Thank you for that stunning recap. Please mark yourself a potential and edge ever closer to death.
Yes, my favorite thing to do.
I love how we've all decided that retiring your character is death and not just like the end of the story.
It's story death, might as well.
Yeah, so one second. So we're gonna open on what we left off on, which is we just left the dark area. Sorry, just sorting out the playbooks. I accidentally moved one of the tabs really badly. Yes, so sorry, we just left the dark area, and we were greeted by a Digimon familiar to us from a past life. Astamon was kneeling before you all, and he muttered, "My liege," as he kneeled down and presented his top of his head towards Pillarmon and Sonia. And that's where we're going to open today. So he stops bowing and stands. It's been several lifetimes, but I finally managed to find you again.
Philemon will look at Rastamon, surprised. She did remember some of the things that happened in the flashback, right? In the nightmares and whatnot.
Yeah, she
Or was that-
remembers. She remembers a lot of what happened. Maybe not everything, but she remembers a good amount of what happened now.
Okay. So it's not a stranger to her. She recognizes him. Okay. In which case, oh, you, I recognize you from, memories. I think. I'm sorry, I'm not quite used to those just yet. It's been, like you said, lifetimes ago, and I'm not sure that I'm truly the same Digimon as I was. But I do recognize you, Astamon. It really has been a while.
A smile spreads across his face when you say that you recognize him. He's like, "I'm so relieved. I thought for sure you might have forgotten me. Reincarnation's a funny thing."
I did for a very long time. You came at the right time, actually. I'm starting to remember a lot. Well, I don't know if "I" is the right word, but memories suddenly came flooding back.
"Well, this makes things much easier," he says. "Ever since your defeat, I've been searching for someone worthy to follow, someone with heart, someone who wants to change the world for the better, like you," he says. "And that's why I'm here today. I heard the Digidestined had returned, and then to my surprise I felt a presence that I hadn't felt in a long time. You. And look at you." He motions towards the humans. "You're one of the Digidestined. How wonderful. I need your help," he says. "I'm sorry to ask this of you, but the person that I've been following, he's in a bit of a sticky situation."
Well, do tell us. It's fun, right, Sonia? And Sonia will acquiesce and say, yes, we're always here to help. Right, Kagayaki?
We sure are.
"Perhaps it's best we speak in a more comfortable location. I saw a village not too far from here," he says. "It looked a little bit smashed, but I'm sure it'll be accommodating enough," he says.
And so we'll follow. Is it the Digimon village or?
Yes, Digimon's village, which I believe
Yeah.
we decided to call
Something.
Ah, god damn it. Every time. Every time. You know, at this point I'm just going to call it
Everything is
Digimon's Village because I continually forget what I've named it. I'm sure it was something like Motherboard or something, but that might be somewhere else.
Motherboard is the mechanized city.
Ah, shoot.
Yeah.
I think last time we ended up agreeing that we'll just call it File City because that's what Digimon City is pretty much always called in like the Digimon World games and stuff. So we'll call it File City.
If you want, yes. But I'm sure we'll forget next time as well.
Probably. It's weird that I can remember every single location except that one. I really need to write it down in future. But yeah, we go back to File City. I think he strolls into town and is immediately met by a little bit of hostility. You see that there's some of the more older Digimon, like Meramon and a few others, sort of scraping up the glass from the floor from the destroyed blending machine building. And they see like Astamon stroll into town, and you're like behind him, and they can't quite see you because of his massive coat. And you see them get a bit hostile about another Digimon coming in, thinking that he's going to wreak havoc. And then they see your faces behind him, and they suddenly relax. like you visibly see them like look exhausted by how much has been happening in their city. And Meramon approaches you guys. It's like, Digidestin, welcome back. I can make you some food if you'd like. It'll only take me a minute, he says. Please, come to my restaurant.
Wow, this place is
it's-
cool.
It's full on Digimon World place now.
Yeah, it fucking evolved overnight.
Wait, what evolved overnight?
This place grew a lot.
Meramon's always been here.
Yeah, the place itself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's always grown.
That's what it does.
Yes, there is a human here that has been helping us grow. His name is Analog Youth. What? No, his name's Hero, but everyone forgets that. Anyway, yeah, he invites you inside to his restaurant. You see there's a few younger Digimon in there, some rookies, some in trainings, playing board games, drinking hot chocolates and chatting away. And I think a young Renamon approaches you guys and tries to take your orders.
Meat? I guess.
Meat.
He doesn't really have the energy to place a proper order right now.
Fair.
Do you have a salad, perhaps?
But of course.
Do you know what? Okay, I was wondering if you knew what that was. Sorry.
I wouldn't be in this place if there was only one thing on the menu. She says she like scribbles down your orders. And how about you, young man? She says, and she looks over at you, Tyster.
Sorry, say it again, please.
She says, how about you? She's asking you what you'd like to eat at the restaurant.
Well, I would like Karevan piirakka with munavoi, thank you.
Cool.
You're
now say it in
mean.
English.
You're so mean.
Coming right up, she says. You see her walk into the back. She like starts listing off the orders towards Meramon. Like you don't hear her say it, but like you like see her mime it, and she's like says meat, and he's like, yeah, I can do meat. She says salad, yeah, I can do salad. And then he says whatever the fuck Taisto said, and he his face like hardens in a way, and then he like looks really determined and like punches his fist into his palm, and he starts like going back into the kitchen to like figure out how to make whatever the hell that is. Yeah, I think Astamon just settles down with a cup of tea, Starts sipping away at it. It's been a while since I've had food and drink of this quality. I should come here more often, he says. Now, business, he says. I've come here to request your aid. My new master, the one that I follow currently, is a Digimon who has been around since, well, the dawn of everything. Some say he was the first Digimon.
Ooh.
He has been wandering the digital world for countless centuries, documenting the world, making sure history isn't repeated, keeping knowledge stored safe. But he's found himself in a bit of a bind. I like this song, by the way. Good choice. You see, he's currently being manipulated by a Digimon, having his records used for things that he would not like them used for. I know not what this Digimon has over my master, but he does not wish to see this happen. I know
Are
this.
you talking about what was his face? It's a custom name, so I can never fucking remember it.
Nemosignmon, right? Something like this.
You know of him then?
We're kind of trying to stop Diablomon ourselves.
Well, it seems our goals are aligned. My master, he documents everything, stores the memory as data within various vials in his coat. But Diablomon has been using these nefariously for seemingly vile purposes. Nemosignmon is a noble Digimon. He wants only what's best for the digital world. In fact, he saved a backup of an entire world. He's looking for the right time to save it. Load the backup, if you will, in a safe manner. But Diablomon, he doesn't see it that way. The only
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, we were wondering what we could do to help, but we don't know much about this Nemosignmon of yours. Could you help us by describing what kind of Digimon he is, where we would find him, or anything, maybe?
Nemosignmon is currently with Diablomon. Diablomon keeps eyes on him at all times. He seems to be considered a valuable asset. Despite his incredulous power and depth of knowledge, somehow Diablomon's gained a hold over him.
So we might not be able to sneak him away while he's not looking, I assume. That's tough.
Exactly. Though Nemosignmon probably won't be too trusting of humans. You see, the reason he was caught in the first place was by Digidestined. He got caught up in all of this due to some dispute over the old world. But I trust you, he looks at Pillowmon. If you're a Digidestined, then I trust all of you, he says. The only reason I managed to slip away is because Keramon, or Diablomon, or whatever he's become now, he doesn't keep eyes on me. Only on Master, he says. Nemesimon isn't designed for combat. He's a benevolent Digimon with a strong heart such as yours. He's built for storing information, healing, protecting innocent Digimon. He's a doctor, after all, a scientist. A historian, if you will. All three.
Well, we're certainly wanting to help him, and also help. We need to help a few of our friends that have been taken away by Diablomon as well. But
the humans in white robes, I've seen them.
You have?
Oh, so they're okay. At least, you know, okay is alive.
It depends on your definition of okay. They're alive. They're in shock collars and being forced to work on some strange machine.
Oh my god, they're alive.
Great news.
I did see
Well,
one particular human be quite defiant towards Diablomon. Diablomon punished him quite severely. I hope he's okay.
Yep, don't give more information on that. Don't.
so
I imagine
if
it'll...
you
Sorry, go ahead.
so if you've seen them, that means you know where Diablomon is hiding. Could you tell us more about his hideout? Maybe we could find out some way to. I don't know. If we knew more about his place, we probably could form some sort of plan.
Diablomon exists in the space between dimensions, but he comes out in various locations where he needs to do his work. Nemesimon is kept in one such location with the scientists. I assume it'll take a great amount of time for you to get ready to face him, but when you're ready, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small green vial with what looks like floating ones and zeros of green nature inside them, places it on the table. All you need to do is open this vial and you'll know where to go, he says. That's where they're keeping him. Nemesimon trusted me with this vial so that you may help him.
Oh, that makes things so much easier. Oh, that makes things so much easier. Okay, so we can just focus on preparing instead of also tracking him down. That's good. That's great.
I'm sure he'd be most grateful for your help. He is a very powerful Digimon. He has the ability to not only store history and data, but keep hold of backups of Digimon and places alike and restore them to their prior form. He can prevent and rewind catastrophes in the digital world, but while he's under Karamon's thumb, Diablomon's thumb, well, he's of no use to this world right now.
Oh,
Yes.
God. Go.
You say that he's in need of our help and stuff, but is he the type of Digimon that would let us help him, or would we need to be prepared for some altercation or resistance on his part? If you say he's been manipulated by Diablomon, maybe it's not in his right mind, or
Nemesimon wants to be saved,
he does.
but Diablomon has some kind of hold over him. It's not one of the usual contracts I've seen Diablomon hand out. He has something bad over Nemesimon. I'm not sure what
So
it
as long as we don't know what that is, it might be a problem. Eh, We've seen what those contracts do to people, so if we help him and we don't deal with this, that could potentially end in a tragic manner. Mm.
I'm sorry that I can't be of much more use than this.
The fire alone is great. Huge. Oh, there's still so much to do.
He finishes his cup of tea and places it in the saucer, just as your meat and salad and whatever the heck Taisto said arrives. Taisto,
Karjalan piirakka with munavoy. Yes.
yes, whatever you said, that arrives and
Yes.
it's absolutely perfect to the tea.
So, a full
Okay.
plate of
Could you
Awima way,
describe-
Awima
could
way.
you describe? Could you describe how it comes out? Like what does it look like?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
can you
exactly
spell
as you picture it in your mind, Taisto. Perhaps you could describe it to the
Uh-huh,
rest of
right.
us.
No, I was thinking like since you're the game master, you might want to be the one who want to describe what it looks
Yeah,
like.
but I was thinking
you're-
because
you're
it's
in charge of it, you know?
because it's a Powered by the Apocalypse game. I was figuring that you
Right,
know
right,
everybody
right.
has agency over the story, and I should let this leave in your hands.
Oh god, that looks vile. You eat that shit?
Okay, so Karjalan piirakka is a Karelian pie, which is this small, roughly maybe palm-sized pastry that has a thin rye crust that's basically wrapped and wrinkled around a baked rice porridge or a potato porridge, or I think maybe oat porridge, and topped with egg butter, munavoy egg butter, which is basically chopped egg and butter mixed together. It's delicious. You guys should try it.
It looks
So
delicious.
It's a pie in porridge.
That's
Sorry,
like a
Just posted in
fucking
image.
pennerly, what the fuck?
That looks like a calzone.
No, it is not a calzone.
Could you give me the spelling of that? I kind of want to cook it and see what
Oh.
it tastes like. I'll
That
find a
looks like-
recipe
It
online.
is as far as I understand it, it is nightmarish to cook
Right. Okay. So don't attempt
because
this at
the
home.
crust is I mean, somehow they've managed to do it for like 100 years at least, but you know, as far as I understood,
Look at how similar they
the
look.
crust is very difficult to make because it needs to not dry out
Mhm.
or something. I'm not sure, but if you want, it's Karelian pie. Go to town.
Cool. I will probably attempt making it and fail miserably, but I will show my progress if I do end up making it. Yeah, so that arrives. Astamon finishes his tea and stands. He says, "I'm sure you have lots to discuss, but if I'm gone any longer, Diablomon might start to notice."
Also, you're working directly with him right now.
I'm working only for Nemesimon. That vile Digimon deserves to be nowhere near my master.
Wait, but that's perfect, actually. So that means you know what this place looks like. Do you know if there's only Diablomon we need to worry about, or if there's, sentries or security or?
You see, Diablomon's the biggest threat, but he also has his entire family looking after the place. Not to mention some psychopathic human who tortures Digimon. I've never seen something so vile and sickening in my life, even in the Dark Zone. He took apart a Digimon just to take its legs, he said.
It's
Yeah, you can stop giving information there.
Now he'll never be able to lift again.
Honoré! Before you go, I want to try and scavenge a communication device real quick to give him as well.
Sure. Would this be one of your gadgets?
Yep, I guess.
Cool, we'll use it as you're always tinkering. Could you please roll to unleash your powers to create a minor inventional gadget with superior instead of unique?
Watch it fail for a single. Watch it fail for like one fucking Oh, that's in Greek. That should not be in Greek. 2d6 plus 2. I'm not sure, I don't have any.
good.
9. If that was unique, it would be a 10. Anyways, temporary because it again works on batteries.
Cool. So it might be a little bit unstable. I'm going to say that because of where the location is, that is Diablomon's base, the connection to communications devices is going to be shaky at best. You'll probably have a lot of interference and static due to the machinery that's going on there. He gives you a little bit more detail on the place. He says that Diablomon is currently working out of a factory. It's a very large building in the middle of what appears to be sort of green meadowish area. There's several buildings there. The one that Psychomon and Nemesimon are in is like this big factory, but there's also this sort of wood log cabin nearby, and there's this sort of underground tunnel that are also nearby this big factory-looking place. And he warns you as well. He says, the machine that they're building, it's nothing like I've ever seen before, but there's a Digimon in the heart, screaming in agony. I've never seen a Digimon so tortured.
Okay, stop.
There was something protruding from his chest, though. It looks like this, he says. And he, like, grabs a piece of paper that's like a, you know, one of those, like, when you go to, like, a restaurant and they have, like, little, like, colouring sheets for kids and whatnot? He grabs one of those from a nearby table that, like, the in-training Digimon use, grabs a pencil and, like, starts drawing something on the back. It looks like a sphere. He sort of shades it to look, like, spherical. With a big X on the front of it. If you've seen anything like this before, please. That might be the answer to everything, he says. But I must go now.
My people need
They'll be
me.
suspicious if I'm gone any longer. And he stands up and walks out to leave. Kageyaki Doramon looks visibly shaken.
Yeah, that's probably the ex-antibody. Oh boy. Are you okay?
You hear him mutter under his breath. No more. No more. No more.
Come on.
This can only mean bad things, Kageyaki. That is an omen of death, he says.
Okay. Look at me. We've been through hell and hell and hell together. And we are finally so fucking close to finishing this off. We're getting through this as well, okay?
I trust in you, Kageyaki. I hope that I can be fast enough this time.
We will be. Okay. And after that, heart lifting encounter, Let's go find Digimon and ask him what the fuck, man.
Well, I'll change music then.
You made the noobs.
Still- Yeah, I did, but it's doesn't matter anyway since the scene changed again. So let's go with this. It's so much clunkier now. But oh well. Let's go with this.
Wow, wow.
Well, it's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so you wanted to see Digimon.
Yes.
Cool. You guys head over to Digimon's sort of half-opened, upside-down can of a home. You walk inside, and you see Digimon. He's currently sat in a rocking chair by a fireplace. He's reading a newspaper, it looks like. Slowly rocking back and forth in a world of his own.
Newspapers?
Alright, so we march up to Digimon, or sorry, we sneak up to Digimon and then gently press down on the top of the newspaper so that it folds out of the way and go like, "Hi! Remember us?"
Jesus, boy, you nearly gave me a heart attack, he says. He like smacks you with the newspaper. Announce when you enter the room, gosh dang it, he says. You're like, you can tell he's visibly like
What
flustered
happened to your
and scared.
accent, man? What happened to your accent / voice, man? Anyway, about that dome over there.
About
He
the
says.
dome? He says.
Yes, the dark area. Ever heard of it?
What about it?
We couldn't help but notice that the dome is still there.
Well, of course it's still there. It's tied to my life force. It won't leave until I do. He says.
Wait. So
No, no,
when
no, no,
you
no,
were
no, no, no,
going
that's
to
not-
remove the dome before Sekamon appeared, you were killing yourself.
I've lived a very, very long life, Kageaki. But I couldn't bring myself to do that, he says.
Ah! Explain these things beforehand.
I already told you, boy. I used my life energy when I was cursed to erect that barrier and keep everything evil inside. I know now the error of my ways, but it's tied to my very digicore. I can't do it myself. But if you'd like, he says, I can allow you to. I'd want nothing more than to right my wrongs, he says.
Wait, define allow you to.
He pushes into his chest and his hand slowly sinks in. And then he pulls out an orb of data. Very big, very thick orb of data with several rings floating around it. This is my life, he says.
I am not going to kill you!
You see a visible relief drop over his face. Ah. Then you'll need to find another way, he says.
You no shit! I'm going outside, I need to calm down for a bit.
Right. So, he's not going to kill you, but I will. No.
The Lannisters send their regards.
Yeah, this guy has a heart, but I don't. Stab.
So Digimon. So when you told us before that you could have not done that. You were what? Just what? Why? How?
Why?
I don't even know what to ask. Yeah, I don't even know what to ask.
I have done a lot of things that I'm ashamed of, boy. I've trapped so many innocent Digimon.
Yeah, yep, that is true.
I've facaded, or whatever how you pronounce that, facade, that's the word. I've held the facade of a hero for far too long, fighting back against the villainous Digimon that were merely misunderstood. And now my entire life is being used to hold up a barrier that is stopping progress from occurring. This city is in good hands now. So I felt that my life may have come to its natural conclusion.
So just to be clear, when you were in the process of dismantling the barrier before, which actually happened literally on screen, you were doing what exactly?
Dismantling my own Digicore. Hence the rings, he says, and he like points at his own Digicore, and there's like you can see that it's not like all together. There's like rings that are like spattled out, and it's a sort of like they seem to be sort of a bit unstable and shaky around the edges.
And you didn't tell us that this was what you were doing at that time because
I feared you'd stop me.
Well, no shit, we would have stopped you. Jesus.
But like I said, I couldn't follow through with it. I'm such a coward, he says.
You do realize that the way you've handled it right this instant has made things a lot more complicated. If you had been upfront with us before, why do you do this to us, Digimon? Every time. Oh.
There is a piece of technology you've already encountered that could help in this situation, by the way. I don't know if you've already clocked this, Kageyaki. You devised a device, right, that would... Oh no, wait, you devised a different device in the end, didn't you? You devised a device that would anchor the Digidestined prior to this plane instead of severing their connection to their Digimon. Okay, yeah. That if you'd done the other one, you'd have had a device that could have helped in this situation.
Don't worry about it. So everyone hears a scream on the background, and then Kagoyaki comes back in the room. All right.
What did you do with Dorumon?
Okay. So let's see, what the fuck can we do about this? This would be a lot easier if we could evolve one command.
Wink, wink.
Because fuck, we need both Grand Dracmon and possibly Liangemon for this. Hell, even medical Dukemon.
You almost said the wrong name.
I know, I'm so ashamed.
I think you'll find his name is Digimon PhD.
Ah, yes. What's up, Doc? Alright, so... before we lay out the bombs, are you aware of who cursed you initially?
Why, yes. It was Gulfmon. He cursed all of us Vortex warriors with his dying breath, and they all perished.
Lovely. And do you have any idea what Golfman is doing right now?
Philemon is looking away.
Hopefully, repenting for the actions of his past, sealed away inside whatever magic medieval Dukemon put him in.
Well, you'll have right. Okay, then we leave it at that. Alright, let's see. What the fuck can we do? We can try to sever the connection between your Discord and the dome. We can try to open more holes in the dome without hurting your Digicore. We can fucking try potentially transferring the curse over to the dome and see if it fucking collapses on itself. Oh, we can. What else?
You can't transfer the curse. It's tied into my Digicore. He pulls aside one of the rings and points to a purple bit of data that's right in the core of his Digicore. When you performed that miracle surgery upon me, you delayed my death, and I'm ever grateful for that. But the curse is not lifted. It will come for me one day. It's what made me this old and feeble, fragile form, he says.
By the way, can you enter the dark area yourself?
Well, of course I can. It's almost like a part of myself, he says.
Alright, in that case, you can also get some of the people from the dark area to help with the ritual.
Could we change the dome so that it doesn't keep the virus type Digimon in?
That's another idea, trying to change what the dome actually does. But what would we sacrifice for that? Those are strong rituals, they're going to require sacrifice of some sort. I think I'm out of fucking things to sacrifice.
When I erected the barrier, the sacrifice was my dear friend Chronomon. He gave his life to seal away the evil Digimon of this world, and it was all for naught.
Virus attribute misunderstood Digimon?
We actually prefer the term virus people. Okay.
Please be mindful of your microaggressions.
Hey, it's better than being flat out racist like it used to be.
It's baby steps.
Yeah, maybe steps.
Alright, so who in the dark area would we be able to help? Vamdemon is versed in magic. Huh. Vamdemon.
I'd like to take Pilomon apart from the group, out of earshot of Digimon and the rest.
Sure.
Do you know if of a way that could undo the curse? Considering, well,
I'm gonna make a roll and see if she does.
ooh.
Ah!
Oh.
Okay. So Pillamon shakes her head. No, I don't know how to lift it myself, but the dark side might. She's still trapped inside me somewhere, and if she was the one that placed the curse on him, then perhaps she knows how to lift it, but I don't have that memory.
I see. I could try and talk to her, if that's okay with you. Are you comfortable with that?
She she looks a bit worried at first, and then she sort of snaps herself out of it and puts on a very serious face. She's like, "Do it, Sonia. If what I've been told's true, There's nothing that we should be afraid of about this person inside me.
Okay. Okay. I will try.
But maybe we should do it somewhere where people won't get hurt if it goes wrong. She like looks around at like Digimon's home and like you can tell that she's worried about like all the other people living in the village.
Right. That's not a bad idea. I should probably warn the others. She's going to send a message to the rest of the gang. Hey guys, don't worry about anything. I'm going to ask some questions to, well, the person who might help us. I might be gone for a couple minutes or hours, but I'll be back soon, okay? I'm
Well,
not doing
I mean,
anything to rush.
Okay, Digimon, yeah, we'll pick this up later. We'll go talk about among ourselves a bit. I'm not letting you do that alone.
Among Us? Amogus?
Yeah, like... Okay, come on.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
So, go ahead, Sonia.
Yeah, no. I was just going to say, yeah, we are going. but
Cool. So,
you know, so-
Tyster, are you going along with them too, or are you doing something else? Just real quick.
No, I will go along.
Okay.
Not much else to do, I think. Yeah, no, we'll go along.
You head out, and I think it's at this point, while you're like walking away from the village, that Eutimio finally speaks up.
Hi.
He's been sort of, ever since speaking to Astamon, he's been sort of nervously looking down at his feet, and he's like been playing with his thumbs and looking all agitated and stuff. And he utters out, he's like, I know what that symbol is, but who it comes from. He just blurts out randomly while you're like walking towards wherever it is you're walking to be safe. I saw it, he says.
you saw it where?
I thought... Please don't judge us. We thought it was the only way. But it's Gaiomon, he says. Karamon took him with me, and well, by the time that I had my memories returned to me, he was already hooked up to some kind of machine. But that symbol, that was protruding from his chest. If they've made a bigger machine somehow, well, it'll be him, being tortured at the center of it. He was a kind Digimon to me. I didn't want him to be suffering.
Oh, God.
But everybody else told me there was no other way. So I went along with it.
I will not judge you. I am far from the best person to be able to make such a call. If it can reassure you, we've all done some things we're regretting, so what matters is what we're going to do next. Right? We can still help him. It's not too late yet. So, cheer up.
Could you roll to comfort and support Eutimio?
Oh, I can. Oh, I will. Oh, comfort and support. I do have influence over the boy. I will
Okay,
get
you do
some.
have the kind.
I do have plenty of kind. All of the kind. So +4, unless I... No, I do not have any.
Can I even
Yeah.
help if it's +4?
+4 is the most you can have on a roll, so even if you
Oh, yeah.
did assist, you couldn't boost it.
Oops, almost. Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Cool.
Ooh.
So on a hit, they open up to you and they shift their labels or clear a condition or whatever. Because it's an NPC, he gets to clear a condition. In this case, guilty. On a 10 plus, though, you can also either clear a condition for yourself or add team to the pool. Considering you have no conditions, I'm going to assume that you choose adding team to the pool. And so we will have 2 team in the pool right now.
Hooray!
Do you also gain influence over Eutimio?
I already have influence over Intimio, so I
Right.
would
Alright, we do.
change his labels if I didn't. If he was a natural character. I mean,
Yeah, you get like a +1 forward, which is meh.
Yeah, he looks reassured at your words. He's like, yeah, it's not too late. We can still help him, right? He looks a little bit more sure of himself now, and he's like, but knowing Higeki, this machine's not going to be a simple thing. He'll have probably designed it himself. He's a genius after all.
Don't bother with me.
Caramon needs his brain. Otherwise he can't enact whatever he's going to be doing. If there's any way that we can save Higeki, that might unravel his plans. But it's going to be hard with his mentality like this. He wasn't always like that, you know. He was a good person when we first came to the digital world. He was just amazed and wowed by everything here. He'd never want to hurt Digimon or use them as pawns and guinea pigs. Something's changed in him. And I think it has something to do with this Nemosaimon that Diablomon has captive.
Yeah, your description doesn't really fit the Higeki that we saw up there in the heavens.
Yeah, it's definitely Caramon.
He had a few nuts loose, bolts loose, whatever.
I mean, look,
Few screws loose.
that's what Caramon does best. He just goes to a broken person when they're at their lowest, says the bullshit they want to hear, fucks them up royally, and leaves.
yes, that's Caramon for you.
If only I'd done sooner, he says.
You couldn't know sooner. I mean, you
We
were
felt-
already grasping at straws.
We felt so guilty for trying to stop him when he tried to stop the purge all those years ago. That's why we all tried to help him. But now I don't even know if that's true. What if these memories that they've put in me are false? What if they're wrong? If they could screw up Higeki that bad, he could screw up any of us.
That is true.
Even if they're true, he's too far gone at this point. Regardless of what his original feelings were, he must be stopped no matter what.
He must be
Well-
stopped, but he must be saved. You don't understand. This isn't him. We have to save
I'm
him,
talking
not
about,
stop him.
I'm talking about Caramon.
Oh, Caramon, okay. I thought you meant Higeki.
No, like, no shit, we're saving Higeki.
yeah.
No, we need to kill Higeki. Caramon's all we need to say.
Fucking Geki. Caramon's not best friend now.
Caramon isn't someone you can take lightly, though. He's intelligent and cunning. We'll have to be smart about this. We have to think outside the box and prepare for any eventuality. Especially considering he has an army under his wake now.
Well,
Oh, by the
We
way,
do too.
send a message back to the other two at Icon City that we fixed the situation here and are calling and are like dealing with the remaining problems, so that they can at least relax.
Sorry, by the other two, do you mean Einari
The other
and,
NPC.
and Stella,
Einari
or
and
do you
Stella,
mean
who-
or do you mean Zachary and Pablo, who are
Who?
at the moment probably
Who?
equally NPC at this point because they've just not
Yeah,
showed up for ages.
they're not going to come back. I already talked a little bit to them, and they don't seem to be interested that much.
Okay.
So
But yeah, talking
I-
to Yetimio to let them know everything is fine and they can just focus on their research instead of worrying.
What was it that they were researching again?
Anything regarding the Keramon case.
Right. Okay.
And writing down as much information as they can.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, he sends them a message on his Digivice to let them know. Hey, Kagiaki,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be a lot more convenient if we could link all our Digivices together? Seems a bit odd that I can only communicate with those two.
Yeah,
Not
it's
you
actually it's why I brought you here in the first place. I wanted one of you with me in the first place, so I can find some time to like deal with the Digivice and see if I can connect them. But fucking priority is always getting the better of me.
How easy do you think it'll be? He says.
I have no idea. That thing has so much data in it. I was doing a high-speed directly linked transfer to my visor and still took the entire fucking night to give everything over. Get everything over.
I see. That's a shame. Being able to talk to each other would be making this a heck of a lot easier when we do go to Caravan.
Tell me about it.
Well, the plan is to get it working at least before we leave.
If
On
it's
the
all right
trip
with,
back.
if it's all right with
Yeah?
you, though, I don't particularly want to go back there. He might take me again.
Understandable as that may be, we need all the people we can get. It's okay. Let's put that on the shelf right now. I mean, we're not exactly going to force you guys to come with. We'll just make do somehow.
Thank you, he says. But if you do fall into any trouble, I'll take one of those communicators and you can call us right up, okay? He says.
Yeah.
I just worry for my friends, you know. I don't want any more of us to work with him anymore. He already manipulated us so much that we couldn't even see the terrible things that we were doing. Sonia, you eventually reached a big clearing in the nearby forest. You sort of notice out of the corner of your eyes like some Bakamon and some Solmon sort of floating through the trees, but they're keeping a big wide berth of you guys after what happened last time. They seem
Yeah,
to be
that's right.
weary and scared of you guys.
You guys
Better
might want
run.
to take a longer trip around for a bit.
Sonia's going to go boo, and then
Yeah, they like scream and run.
Alright, let's see now.
That's not very
Uh,
nice.
What are our options for this? First and most obvious option, you just call Golfman out. Second, I can try using that magic I used back with Lampmon and connect you guys directly. That way, we can probably get someone else with there as well as for support.
Well, yes, we can try. I'll try and channel my connection with these sacred powers and with Pilamon directly to try and help. Well, that was what I was planning on doing at first on my own, but yeah.
Alright, who do you want in there with you?
Oh. I'm fine with whoever wants to come with me, but do note that this is going to be potentially risky and dangerous.
And
Oh,
what isn't?
yeah.
So don't worry, Sonia. We're here for you. Always.
Thank you.
Alright. Eutimio, you should probably keep watch. I'm not sure how the bodies function outside the spell. Okay.
Wait, what? Sorry, why does he have to be captain? Sorry.
Because I'm not sure like how our bodies function while we're inside the spell, and if we're like catatonic and standing targets, so someone should probably stay behind.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's like, you can leave it at me. I'll protect your bodies. I won't screw up like last time. I promise. He says. He like grabs his
I
rucksack
swear when
by
we
the-
wake up, we're gonna be in.
Oh yeah, and here's your telescope.
Karamo's laboratory.
Okay. Here goes nothing. Golfmon, please be us. We've been told by the trusted sources and not the other sources. Please give me a break.
Cool. So, Sonia, if you want to talk to Gulfmon, could you please roll to unleash your powers?
Wouldn't that be a wield your powers, since it's something that only I can do?
It is unleash your powers because it is something that you haven't done before and you can't do confidently.
I see. Okay, I can understand. Okay, well, doesn't change too much anyways. Okay, let's go. And I will get some team if anything goes wrong anyways.
I'm definitely helping.
So this is plus was it 2 or 3? 3, okay. Should be fine. Yeah. Pretty fine.
Ooh, that is a big success.
Mm-hmm.
So what does it look like when you do this? When you speak
so-
to Gulfmon in a controlled manner?
I would say that Sonia is closing her eyes, channeling some of her energy, which is flowing out of her softly, reaching out her hand towards Pilomon's forehead, which is also glowing soft energy, which gradually turns dark as we are reaching deeper and deeper, and that darkness is spreading to Sonia as well. The pink aura around them both becoming black. And suddenly we are projected into our mind or
But
into.
I'm not.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I'm on my own, I guess. Yeah, if you want to follow us, you could also reach out your hands towards Sonia's shoulders, or
Hell yeah, I'm following.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah, we're along for the ride.
sure. I mean, you do whatever you want.
Go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and fall and fall and fall until you snap your eyes open. You're in a dark place, Sonia. There's a small eminence of light, sort of purple in colour, that glows faintly in the distance and allows you to see. There's water on the floor, swaying back and forth sort of ankle height. You can smell soot and ash in the air. You can hear the sort of trickling of running water, the clanging of chains. And in the distance, not so far away from you that you couldn't speak to it, but close enough, you see Gulfmon. She's got shackles around her wrists and her many legs. She has one around her throat as well. All the chains anchoring her into the floor. They sort of remind you of the shackles that Morphemon.
Morphemon, yes. Yeah, well, the chains were part of the design on purpose, but oh well, it's fine that it got repurposed for Gulfmon as well. Yeah.
She breathes out heavily, and you see sort of this vaporous smoke come out of either side of her mouth as she breathes. Her eyes sort of glow a red, filled with seemingly hatred at first glance. What do you do?
I'll approach slowly, calmly, with an air of resolve. Hello, Gulfmon. Or Pillarmon? I came to see you.
She turns her head slowly towards you. Why would you want to see me? I was going to turn you over to him, you know.
I know. I haven't forgotten. But I have done things equally awful to you, you know. So let's call it even.
I've been watching from the inside. At first I resented you, Sonia. There was a Pillowmon on the outside that wasn't me, going on a happy adventure in the outside of the Dark Zone. Happy, and I was jealous. And then I saw all the good deeds you did for my friends. You liberated an area of the Dark Zone twice, and you've been fighting ever so hard for their freedom. I'd like to thank you for protecting my friends.
I'll accept those thanks, even if I don't think I'm worthy of those. I'd like to thank you as well, in a more roundabout way, because if you weren't there, I would have never met Pillarmon. Well, it's still part of you, right? So I'd like to thank you for changing my life. I do not know if you share memories, feelings, or anything, or those bonds with Pillarmon. And I do not know if you like me the same way I like you, I guess. But I'd like to try and talk with you to learn a little bit more about who you are.
It's not a simple relationship, she says. At first, our Digicores were at war with one another. They were separate, different. couldn't feel one another very well. But as time went on, we become more synchronized. And feeling closer and closer to being one with her again. To being free.
And do you want that to happen?
More than anything, she says. But you realise what will happen when it does, don't you?
Philemon talked to me a long time ago about that. Our connection, our bonds, or as destined might be broken, if I understand. And Pilomon might not be exactly the same as who she always was. I know she was scared of losing herself.
Gothman shakes her head a bit. No, child. That's just a natural part of the ritual of choosing. That's not my doing, she says. It happens to all Digidestined eventually. Once they've served their purpose, they're sent home. Never to see their partner again.
I see.
What I'm talking
Taking
about
notice.
is something much worse. I struck a deal with Karaman. We've already seen what happens when you go back on your word. I don't want that to happen to Pillowmon. To you.
Don't want that to happen to Pilomon either. That's
So
that's partly why I'm here, to be honest. We were talking about ways of dispelling all of these contracts and curses, and one way or another we were reminded of the curse you once placed upon the Vortex Warriors.
she,
We
like,
were wondering if
she spits
there was a way
into the water when you say that.
Yes, I understand that your relationship might not be the most cordial. Trust me, I've seen quite a few of visions explaining your relationship. But nonetheless, I believe they've long since learned of their mistakes, or those that have survived since then. And the curse that you send them is also inadvertently maintaining the barrier around the dark area, sealing all of your companions behind. So we were wondering if there was a way for you to maybe dispel that curse, so we could liberate all of the dark area once and for all.
For me to dispel that curse, Pillowmon and I would have to become one.
I see.
We'd have to synchronize fully. And at that point I'd be forced to hand you over to Diabolomon. Or the contract would be broken.
I understand. Well, if all the contract says is that I need to be brought back to Diablomon, we can do that and not break anything. But we'll probably need some kind of way to prepare ourselves, because I don't believe these guys will let me just sacrifice myself for the greater good. Pointing to the silhouettes of our friends which followed closely behind, I'm assuming.
Kagayaki waves.
So there is probably a way for you to fulfill your contract and for us to still make it out okay. But we'll probably need to prepare something. But what concerns me most is if you're both truly, and I'm talking to you and Pilomon, if you're both truly okay with synchronizing once more. Is Pilomon around here, actually? Can she hear me?
Yeah, I think she's here.
Okay.
She's probably all around you because you're inside her.
I see, yeah.
So I think she can like hear everything that you're saying, and like the room, like the dull purple glow, like lights up a bright pink when she speaks. I'm willing to do anything if it'll help.
You are.
Golfman, you seem like a nice Digimon, okay? You made some bad choices, we made some bad choices. But it was for a good cause. It was to save your friends, right? I know how that feels. I'd do anything to save Sonia. Or any of the other Digidestined for that matter. She says. So yeah, I'll do it. I'll synchronize with you. But only if you'll let me. And I think Gulfman sort of contemplates for a little bit. Very well. You'll need to fully embrace the darkness, though, chosen child. To release me.
This is not the first time I've dabbled in darkness. So I know my way around it, I guess. However, if that's okay with you, we'll probably not do this right away, since that would most likely bring Diablomon right around us. And well, I'll let you know when we're ready to start the ritual.
Very well. I'll be waiting for the right moment.
Thank you.
She says.
Thank you, Pilomon, Golfman. I'm sorry you didn't have the greatest life. I hope we can help you in some way. May you find peace.
You already have helped me, child. The room starts to spin as you sink into the water and get flipped upside down, and suddenly you're awake in the forest. It's nighttime. You have blankets wrapped around your shoulders. Your arms are outstretched into T-poses. And there's a hot fire in front of you, made with twigs and sticks from the forest. Sort of makeshift tent setup. And you see like Eutimio sat there. He's like roasting some mushrooms that he's found over the fire. Oh, you're back! You've been gone hours, he says.
Hello. Thank you for taking care of us.
Well, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah. It was nicer than anticipated.
Well, it was about as nice as the actual valid sources of info have said.
That's true. To think I was scared of her all this time, huh?
Your crest is a bit of a clusterfuck.
That it is. So, you've heard the plan. Once we're ready to confront Diablomon, we'll probably need to, you know, play along with Pilomon's old contract, which will put me at a great risk, but I'm sure we'll manage to pull it off.
Are there ways around that? For starters, File City now, File City, Icon City has a proper barrier preventing him from entering. So it should be safe regardless of if he's going to try to teleport in. We can try to find a loophole in the contract. As you said, just going to him technically fulfills the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Even if shit hits the fan, we know from our encounter with Mamimon that our Digivices can nullify the consequences of breaking the contract regardless. We only did it once though, so that's best left for the final solution. I wish we could do it a bit earlier so that you can just remove the dome immediately. Oh well.
There is a lot to figure out. Yeah. But no matter what happens to me, we'll need to find a way to help save all those that have been captive. There's a lot of humans, but there's also Gaiomon apparently. He's not going to be easy to extract.
Yeah, I figured Gaiomon was there already. I mean, he took him and then we never saw him again. He had that massive energy burst with his core that has engine written all over it. Fucking piece of shit.
Yes, Garamon will pay.
What if you didn't have to distract him? Ghostmon perks up. Well, I'm a ghost, right? I can go through things. If I can somehow put that property onto Gaiomon, we could slip him out of the machine without any, harm or difficulty, right? You just have to get me close enough.
I doubt that Diablomon hasn't prepared for us to do something like that. He'd be a fool if he expects a full frontal attack.
I'm sorry, it's just an idea.
So if he does, you leave Ghostmon alone. That was a great idea, Ghostmon. And if just hear me out, if Diablomon is too smart to expect a full frontal assault, then I know how we can catch him off balance and by surprise. We should issue a full frontal assault because that's the thing he doesn't expect.
Group up and hit it till it dies.
Yes. And in
plan
fact,
that never fails.
I believe that I have just calculated a weakness for an enemy.
Got them.
Wait, your calculated weakness is that he doesn't expect you to be...
I mean, do you disagree that that wasn't pointing out an obvious flaw in the post plan or calculating a weakness for an enemy? Do you disagree?
His flaw is that he expects us
mean,
to be smart, not fool.
I don't disagree. You're pointing out a flaw. Please roll with superior, Taisto.
You dug that hole
so
yourself.
I hate this move so much. Oh,
You dug that one yourself.
Yeah.
I did, but only as a demonstration of how much I hate this move. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna fucking die.
And I'm pretty sure we fucking buffed it as well. I think it used to read worse.
3! Oh no!
Oh my
no.
god!
Oh no!
That's
I'm dying. I'm one away. Oh.
No, really? Oh my god, you are! Holy shit!
Soon you're going to perish.
I mean,
Alright,
it's
so,
fine as long as you don't use your moment of truth, I guess.
Okay, so
On a miss, I have played right into the enemy's hands.
does
What's
that
the
mean
trap
we're now
unfold?
forced to fucking do a full frontal assault?
Yes, you are now forced to do a full frontal assault, unfortunately.
God fucking damn it, Taisto.
No, but you see, that is the perfect plan, and you must agree with me. The dice have told me so.
Can I disagree regardless of what the moves say?
Uncharacteristically, Kagayaki also thinks this is a great plan.
God fucking damn it.
Okay, hear me out. I think Taisto might be right on this. After all, if we play along with the plan and bring me to him as part of Golfman's contract, he will be most likely ensnared by myself. He has shown time and time again that he has some special feelings regarding me. So I think he would be too occupied with the obvious distraction to worry about any sneaking around Ghostman might do.
Regardless, in the heat of the battle, if we can drag the battle towards the Gaiomon, you can probably do that then. I mean, there's a difference between expecting a sneak attack and having his hands full with our bullshit already. I think.
Besides, Kagayaki, you always want me to apply my approach things calmly and tactically. Here I have done it. I have thought about
That
it.
is, by definition, the exact opposite.
No, but this time it's founded in plan and tactics.
Our
I
plan
can
is
feel
that
my
he
inner
expects a
tactician
plan.
speaking out.
He doesn't nobody expects the Leroy Zanke. God damn it, we can't even devise a proper infiltration now. Okay.
I gave you so many threads and stuff as well to do an infiltration with, and now you're just gonna go face first into it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, and it's not even because I rolled something.
Dice gods have spoken.
Anyways, I think we're done here for now.
I just want to
Right.
double check something real quick, because I need to set up a trap now.
Yeah. Are you sure you should be telling us that?
Hey, it's part of the
Oh,
move.
no.
It says watch the trap
Guys.
unfold.
Guys, our plan failed. There's a mod. That's it.
We should have a move sense that our characters have made a bad roll.
Ah,
I mean,
damn
we
it,
should
my,
be able
my
to call out
idea,
Bada yes,
my
the
idea
card on the
didn't
floor.
come up. Okay, I'm gonna have to come up with something on the spot, but I'll figure it out. I always do. Cool.
Oh no, he has a piranha pool right in front of the castle. How will we approach?
Cool. Yeah, I think we get like a cut to another scene where you see like a Diablomon just telling Higeki, so I expect them to do a full frontal approach. So I just like cuts to him like completely reading your moves like instantly. It's like, this is the first plan they'll think of because that is what they always do. They rush in head first and they attack it until it dies.
He
He's
certainly
not
watched
even
the
wrong.
show.
He's not even wrong.
And so I shall leave them a little present at the front door.
I mean, that's cheating. If he's stream sniping us, that's cheating.
It was Mom all along.
No, if our mom is.
Meanwhile, like a sound birdman vibing in a tree. But yeah, we're done here, right?
Yeah.
Time for the return trip.
Yeah, you guys return to File City. I
I'll
remember the name this time.
yeah, I mean, while we're also returning to Icon City later, I'll just be using the free time to tamper with Euthymius Digivice and see if you can connect them.
Oh, you're heading back to Icon City. Okay, that's cool.
I mean, wouldn't we?
Yeah, you can do. Okay, so you head back towards Icon City. You're tinkering with the Digivices along the way. Could you give me a roll to wield your powers, please, to see if you can get these Digivices to connect?
I can make an attempt. I do have influence over him, but not over his Digivice.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of difficult to have influence over an inanimate object, so I'm afraid that doesn't work.
9.
Cool. On a hit, choose one. Take hold of something vulnerable to you. Create something useful. Neutralize a threat. I'm assuming. You're
I
going to
wonder
create
what I'm
something
going
useful.
to pick. Yeah.
You're just tinkering with the Digivices and you choose neutralize a threat, and Caramon just drops dead.
Oh my god, guys! There's Digivice actually connected to Garamon's Digicore! Bum!
Darkness destroyed. Digidistance complete.
Fucking
Speed
fireworks
run,
in the
speed
background.
run.
By the way, speaking of, so I wanted to raise something with you guys. This is currently the final arc, right? And we're just hitting the start of allegedly. And we're just hitting the sort of start of the middle game sort of area of the campaign. I know you guys are trying not to use your moments of truth because you don't want to like die, but you know, it's kind of like a use them or lose them kind of situation, because eventually if you hold on to them too long, we'll get to the end of the campaign and you won't have used them.
That is
just
definitely
wanted
not
to-
the reason I'm holding off on moments of truth.
Well, I mean, we can always pull them out our ass for the finale fight. Just go, haha!
Like,
We all evolve together!
Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, you know, not a lot of time left, so feel free
there's
to
also
use...
nothing more to explore.
Well,
I
in my
have tried.
case,
I have tried so hard for the past which episode is this?
We're on episode 49.
40 fucking
49.
9!
I have tried for the past 27 episodes, minus the one I missed, minus the 2 I missed, sorry, to get a moment of truth out of me. And for the life, for my, for the love of God, I cannot do it. It's impossible. There is nothing to be truthful about in these moments of truth. Nothing. Zilch. Zero. Nada.
My time has
Oh.
come! Sonia, why are you evolving?
Zero. Hey. Oh god.
It's
I'm
okay.
trying. It's the point. The point is I'm trying. I've tried.
I believe you. I believe you. If there's one thing in this world that I believe is that you tried.
So make sure you remind us beforehand which season you're going to do your moment of truth, so I can do mine instead.
Oh right, yeah, thank you. That's gonna help a lot.
Cool. Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to raise that because obviously, I don't know how many sessions we have left, but I know that we're in the sort of getting into the middle game type section, so I just wanted to raise that so that, you know, we don't reach the end game and everyone's rushing to use their moment of truths all at once.
And we just steamroll the competition.
Exactly. Cool.
Well, in my case, I still haven't unlocked mine, so you don't have to worry.
So, like, in fairness, name one Digimon finale where they absolutely fucking steamroll the opposition. Obviously, that never happens, right? Noodles! He's dead.
That's not a Digimon thing.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, you got a 9. So yeah, you've made a connection between your Digivices and the predestined devices, and as you like roll up into Icon City, that's probably when you like finish it. You're like tinkering with it all the way home and like ignoring conversation with the other two, and eventually you get it to work, and you're like, Eureka! and yeah, all the Digivices do this weird like high-pitched screech noise that really hurts your ears, and then they sort of bleep twice, and they all link up and synchronize.
You mean modem sounds?
Well,
Yes.
that annoyed
Yes.
the
Modem sounds.
Yes, thank
modem
you.
sounds.
well, that annoyed the shit out of Higeki probably.
That's why he turned evil.
In the background, he's like, "Oh, holy!"
Someone has infiltrated the network.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're back in Icon City. You see the familiar sights of the city walls, big gates. Leomon's out front doing his morning patrol. You smell the sort of coal fires coming out of the chimneys. Your feet starts leaving Earth and walking on a more cobblestoney type path that sort of leads up to Icon City. Yeah, I think like everyone greets you as you're like walking back into town as usual. You know, people just randomly walking down the street. You'll see like a Sealamon and he'll be like, "Hey, it's you guys! I just got a new fish. Come to my shop and I'll give you one," and stuff like that. And you like see Stingmon's also just returned to town. He's like just like parking up his wagon that he went away in, and he's like about to enter his shop, and he's like,
Oh my god.
"It's good to see you guys." He's like waving his arms and whatnot.
Consider this: he got so fucking rich that now he's a jewel beamon.
Oh god.
He fucking bought the evolution.
Oh god.
Pay to
I mean,
win.
that is how evolutions work in this. Like, it has been established.
True.
Bits are money, and bits are used to evolve. So.
And it does make sense because, you know, jewels. Yeah, he's a jewel beamon now. Screw it. He's evolved.
Ah! World building!
You mimed it into reality.
More like Jewel Beamon, more like Jewel Pimpmon.
Reality
Ayo.
can be whatever I want.
Speaking of pimps, he's probably wearing a really, really nice coat that he's had tailored for himself.
No,
Big,
no,
fluffy,
let's stop it. Let's
big
stop.
fluffy-
Let's stop it with Jewel Beamon. Let's stop it with Jewel Beamon.
He has a wife and children.
Yes, he does.
He has a mistress. I mean, what?
Anyway.
Let's not destroy Stingmon all at once.
Every single
Let-
joke.
I
Let's
think
not do a Kuwagamon 2.0.
I think we also see the professor. He comes out of the pub. He like looks a little bit tiddly, like he's been in there since morning drinking. And he like,
You mean Peter?
yeah, Peter.
The teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, Professor Peter Valdona.
Oh, and of course, off screen we got the
Quickly.
scientists and their equipment from Famdemons.
Yes. Because you grabbed their equipment, didn't you? So you probably set it up now. I can't remember what they wanted their equipment for now. It was to assault the Aboromon, wasn't it? 'Cause-
Yeah, to have a better fighting chance.
yeah. So I think they're like dismantling their machines and rebuilding them into something a bit more useful, a bit more weapon shaped, perhaps. I don't know how maybe Kageaki might influence what they make, but they're thinking at the moment guns.
For his neutral special, Kagayaki uses gun.
But yeah, they seem
We'll
to be
find
making,
out eventually.
they seem to be making some kind of plasma rifle type looking things. At least they're starting on it. They haven't finished it yet. But yeah, Peter sort of staggers on over to you, and he says, "This world is the best thing that could have possibly happened to me," he says. And he's like, his face is flushed red. And he's like, "It feels so good to be on another adventure. I didn't think I'd get to be out after my youth finished. Oh, it feels good to be outside again," he says. "And
I
the
see
young
you've
ones."
been enjoying the local establishment's hot sauce.
No, none of that.
Ah, yes, the hot sauce here is exquisite. You should try some, Taisto.
No, thank you. No.
Ah, yes, I forgot. There's an age restriction on hot sauce here.
Fucking hot sauce.
Wicked reason.
Yeah, he's like, and I'm so happy that I get to share this adventure with my students. He says, "Aren't you happy to be here? The fresh air, the adventure."
It's sometimes it has its up and downs, and let's leave it at that. Oh my god, is that how ugly it looked?
He
Oh
like
no.
What?
he like
Oh, no.
squints a little bit and looks over at Sonia. He's like, "Sonia, you've dyed your hair. Where on earth did you find hair dye in this universe?"
There's actual literal magic, and he's like, "Oh my god, your hair changed colors!" But yeah. It looks so fucking ugly.
I love that they changed the alcohol to hot sauce in the tub.
It's so ugly. The fucking cat's drinking it.
Wait, the cat's drinking it? What the fuck?
Yeah, they put some for the cat as well.
Oh my gosh. Now I will never ever forget that Pharaoh is constantly drunk in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX sub. Right.
Yeah, she dyed her hair. That's the most exciting thing that has happened in this world.
I understand your sarcasm, boy. There's plenty more exciting. There's so many sights to see. I just can't wait to get out exploring. He says, "This town has been wonderful, and the drinks and the food are great. But I have other adventures to go on," he says.
Yeah, have you at least learned Digimoji so you can like communicate via writing, or are you just vibing?
"Why, I deciphered it," he says.
Okay, good.
"While you
can't just
guys
continue.
were in the city and I could speak the language, they were kind enough to translate for me. That helped somewhat. I can now write in Digimoji, though I'm not very good at it. The symbols are unique. Nothing like anything I've seen before."
Well, it's helpful that
It's a
they
literal.
they are
it's a-
very specific.
It's a literal transcription, just changed like in. Just 1-to-1.
Yeah,
1-to-1.
it's really fucking simple actually.
Yeah.
It even has both
mean,
English
the-
and
the
Japanese
glyphs-
alphabets.
Yeah, but for the purposes of
the
anime,
glyphs
we're going to
are
suspend our
terrible.
disbelief and pretend it's difficult.
Understood.
I mean, the glyphs are terribly designed.
Don't worry about it.
At the end of the day, it's just 1-to-1. So it's 1-to-1. Not difficult at all. Easy.
It's like the FF
Even for
parent
even for someone who's superior, it's -2.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's 1-to-1 to Japanese, and this guy's Finnish, so
Also to English.
very difficult.
Also to English. Also
There
to
is
Latin
a-
alphabet.
It has two alphabets.
Yeah, there is
That's
technically
both,
two alphabets, but because we're not dub scrubs, we're using the Japanese.
Oh wow.
No, I'm joking.
Well, that changes things then. If he can't not read Japanese, I can't really blame him.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't understand. It's so
the
simple. It's
concept-
like my mother tongue.
Anyway. Yes. Yeah. So you had other adventures? Something about Digimoji? Yes, other adventures. I don't think it's the best idea to go on an adventure right now. Things are getting a bit spicy around here. I'm not meaning just the hot sauce.
but spicy times are the best times to go on adventures. So many exciting and interesting things happen when the world's in turmoil. And from what the locals have told me,
You are
you haven't
crazy.
even ventured east yet, he says.
We haven't?
Isn't the dark area in the east or is it northeast?
Dark area is in the north, just past the Dokugumon desert thing, wasteland, and the Bakamon trees in the forests. To the west, we had the ancient Dino region place with, I think, Grey Canyon, sorry, we called it.
This clear goes to the south, then.
South was the Wire Town, and the just southeast of that, you had the Cooler Coast. And
So we have traveled east. Aha.
you've travelled east, but southeast, and he's wanting to travel directly east and map what hasn't been explored yet. It's a true adventurer and explorer would.
That's probably a bad idea. We have no idea if they're hostile or not, since we haven't been there.
Well, Mr. Peter is an adult, so I'm sure he knows he knows what he's doing, and he has been surviving on his own for a while now.
His
However-
operations high.
Yeah, but this isn't Mask, so he does not have influence over us. So fuck off.
Yes, he's not a Digimon. He doesn't have influence. Get fucked.
That is correct.
It's,
Only Digimon have influence over us.
It's all the adults
No,
and
it's all
your
the Digimon.
partners have influence over you.
Don't make me go
no,
back and
it's Digimon.
don't make me go
Digimon.
back in previous streams and clip it.
But I guess he can do what he wants. It's not like we're his dad. Thankfully, that would be very weird. So if you really want to go out there and get yourself killed, good luck.
I would recommend bringing
Nice, your
some
psychopath
powerful
showing.
Digimon to help you.
Yeah, you might want to bring a Monitormon, maybe, if they are willing. Just so you can,
I mean, just ask someone
touch
who's
with us.
into walks.
What a great idea, he says. That way
That's
I'll be able
okay,
to keep
dude.
in touch as much as possible. And he says, well, mustache, and he
as much as possible is
rushes over to a nearby Monitormon and he says, you, Monitormon, you want to go on an adventure, right? Come with me! And he grabs his hand and starts skipping away with the Monitormon. And you can see, it's like he did exactly the same thing to you guys when he tried to drag you away to camp.
I should have known better. I have created a monster. Oh no.
Is that
Ghostmon.
I should go talk
could
to him,
you-
right?
Ghostmon, could you go and see that the Monitormon is fine? Please.
Yeah, I think Ghostmon rushes on ahead to make sure the Monitormon's okay and explains the situation.
Okay, cool.
I think the Monitormon eventually agrees and sort of says he'll watch over him, but obviously he's kind of reluctant to do so at first because he's just sort of been kidnapped out of his day to go on an adventure.
There's so many people here. He can find someone who actually wants to go with him. God damn it, Peter. Anyways,
What is that supposed
It's
to
an
mean?
Appmon.
It has the ability to warp another person's bag from its own backpack. So it can steal bags?
It can teleport
I think
to a bag. It can teleport inside a bag of someone else.
Oh, so he
Upmons,
can take other people's belongings. Okay.
yeah, Upmon are like 99% overly specific niche uses. And then there's the other 1% that are just busted beyond belief.
To be honest, this
And
would
they're just-
probably be his partner if he had one.
Mm-hmm.
Good shout. Yeah, he's already setting off in his adventure. He first heads home to grab his rucksack and whatnot, and then heads on out off to the east to see what he can find. Yeah, the town seems rather lively this morning.
Okay, time for me to go and see what the others dug up.
Cool. You go and visit Ainari and Stella. they're sort of in Mummymon's home. Well, formerly Wizardmon's home. I think when you enter, they're at his dining room table. They're sort of discussing things heatedly between each other. We see Candlewon playing with Kodokunamon in the corner, and Mummimon's in the kitchen currently making some food.
Well, we're back.
Stella sees you first, and she's like, "Well, howdy there, stranger. How'd things go?"
Surprisingly okay. With a few exceptions that I'd rather not talk about.
Is Gairamon okay?
Sorry, who?
Gairamon?
Garum.
Oh, Gairon. Yeah, he's fine. We left him over at one of our friends. He's trying to be very vague.
The words "one of our friends" is doing a lot of work in that sentence.
Well, that's good
She's
to
like,
hear,
"It's
so long as he's in capable
Blame
hands. She says. Hey, Nari and I, we've been discussing things. Trying to get to grips on what Diaboromon's plans are. She says.
Yeah, what did you guys find?
Well, for one thing, Inari says, it seems that what is put in our heads doesn't line up. I don't know why he's southern now. It doesn't line up, he says. Our memories, they're different in some ways. They're not consistent.
Yeah, that checks out so
That
far.
makes sense based on what Eutimio told us.
Yeah, it was already a possibility in the first place.
What kinds of differences are there?
Well, in my memory, we fought against Caramon as he tried to stop the digital world from being purged. He was trying to save everyone, and that's why we teamed up with him in the first place. But in Stella's memories, we weren't fighting Caramon because he was trying to stop the purge. We were fighting Caramon for a completely unrelated reason. He was trying to get his hands on an X antibody.
Well, he actually did. Taista!
That reveals was too much for Taisto.
He fucking rage quit it.
Well, that also makes sense considering what we've seen him do last.
But not only that, she says. He was after us too. He wanted our digivices. Something about escaping the world. That's what I remember.
Sorry. Just a short rewind. Can someone please explain to the courageous what is an X antibody?
Oh, you're that behind.
I think Dorumon pipes up and says it's an omen. An omen of death and destruction. One that shows that the god of this world doesn't care about the people that live within it. Where the X antibody shows up, destruction follows. It's how those are selected to survive a purge. If you have an X antibody, you're safe. If you don't, and he sort of motions a claw across his throat. But it only appears at the time of a purge. I know because I lived through one. I don't want to see that happen again. No more deaths on my watch, he says.
So you, Dorumon, have an X antibody.
I didn't at first. Yggdrasil saved me, as much as I hate to admit it. She must have put one inside me.
Did you just say she?
Let me never seen the fucking Avatar is female, so might as well.
Okay.
We're not going to
Anyway,
assume the gender
I
of
see.
God.
Right. And okay. So wait. Caramon wanted to get the X antibody. Wait, is that why he looked different when he was still being Caramon and we saw him, that time?
Should be.
Did he get it?
That was an abomination, Inari says. He seems to have created his own X antibody by splicing his own DNA with multiple other Caramons. It's a patch job, if you will. But he's perfected the process, which is how, when he stabilized, he managed to evolve into a Diablomon.
Yeah, and according to the database, he looks different than the regular version. So that's that.
Okay, but if that's just something that Caramon made, that means that the X antibody isn't out and we don't need to worry about a purge.
We probably don't have to worry about the purge from Yggdrasil specifically.
Right. Yeah, but I mean just to keep everyone who needs to, all the foes in the just to
Yeah.
know who we need to watch out for. Okay,
Well-
cool, excellent.
Diablomon's obviously
So-
trying to initiate something horrible.
Obviously, yeah, but just that we don't need to also worry about Yggdrasil. So now the next most
Well,
important question. Einari, have you eaten and slept and drank enough?
Gosh, Taisto, are you my mother? He says. Of course I've
Fucking tell me
eaten.
about it.
I've
Not
been able
yet.
to sleep, don't worry, he says.
I mean,
I'm
they're
feeling a
fucking
million times
Mamimons.
better.
Mammon might as well be Mamimon. That joke does not work phonetically.
And if you want proof, I'll race you to the top of that tree outside the city, he says.
Tempting, but we should at least discuss this first. Because we have a plan on how to assault Caramon. Sorry, Diablomon X antibody, whatever. That one. Diablomon. Yes.
A plan that will most
We-
surely work.
Yes. I put my tactician's goggles on and I have figured out that the most optimal way to assault Diablomon is to assault them head first because that's something they don't expect.
Einari strokes his chin and he's like, well, if it isn't broke, don't fix it, he says.
And remember,
Exactly.
half of us
exactly.
need to say Leroy Jenkins, and the other one, and the other half needs to say Geronimo. That's a vital part of the plan because we might as well take the piss with this.
If we are to bring our A game in this charge, we should probably ask for some help from Cherubimon. After all, he did promise us some reinforcements if we ever needed them.
Well, he's protecting his own world as well, so he should send some reinforcements in the first place. We might be able to get some. Murmixmon doesn't have anyone left in his army that's strong enough. No one in Vamdemons was strong enough either. And we can just take their
Oh.
leader from them.
Speaking of Murmurkusmon's army, are they? Did they follow us, or are they still over where they lived then? Or
I think they probably. Oh, that's a good point because I thought they.
Oh my god,
went
they're
to
in
pledge
Endurance,
loyalty to-
right?
What did you ask them to do? Because they're following you basically.
oh, yeah. Okay, so what would I ask them? What would Pilomon ask them to do?
I mean, I'm more than happy for you to keep an entourage of them around if you would like.
It's true. Yeah, I would probably split them up a bit so that they can reconstruct some of them can reconstruct their base and tend to the wounded, and some that want to follow just along can, just a small cohorts of Skull Knight Mons and whatnot. Why not? Yeah.
As much as I hate it, it's probably time to call in the favors. And
Yeah.
actually get some combatants on our side.
We'll need all hands on deck, isn't it right?
But who can't fight?
I mean, Diablomon X Antibody might be the most powerful foe that we're ever going to face. So yeah, well, I think we should probably get some help.
Yeah, and they don't really need to be able to deal with him, since we'll be dealing with him. We need them to be able to deal with the Keramon around him. That will obviously just also join the fight. He had them raid the city, so that means he doesn't want them to be completely out of harm's way.
So we should probably start going around recruiting people, or warning everyone that a war is about to start at the very least, if they don't want to take part.
Everyone who wants refugee, this city should work. It has a ward against Diablomon. It should be the safest place to be. Can he teleport out? He's not a virus type Digimon, so he probably can't teleport out of a dark zone, so that's not safe. But it should also not really be his target in the first place. He doesn't really have anything to do there anymore. Who works? And who can we take with us without like collapsing existing systems?
Tricaramon?
Keramon probably. Worst comes to
Vandalon.
worst, we can just hold them together and evolve them by signing our Digivice on them. So they are at least perfect level.
Mamimon can probably assist. Leomon.
I think Leomon's
Angelon.
Leomon's probably preparing to head to the heavens because you've asked him to sit on the council.
That is true. We have asked him to.
Same for Vandemon, to be honest. They're probably
Angelon?
both preparing.
Alright, let's call him Monidamon here. I mean, deciding for ourselves is counterproductive. A Monidamon, so we can actually discuss this with the people that will be
Right, yeah.
helping us.
Yes. Digimon?
Digimon.
He's a bit too hurt at the moment and weakened.
Astamon will obviously help us from the inside.
Mhm.
Gaiamon after he's free, depends on what his condition is.
I have a long shot, but I know she didn't seem the most cooperative person, but maybe we could convince Lilithmon to help. After all, if the world is destroyed, that would inconvenience her as well. No?
I'm not sure.
Doesn't she have a deal with Keramon?
The thing is, even if she doesn't, with her mindset, if we let her know about Keramon and she considers him to be like, if it clicks and she learns where he is, she might just join his ranks instead.
Right. Right.
Vikemon and Mephismon?
Oh.
certainly seemed powerful. Mephismon, is
Mephismon is
Mephismon
gone.
still around? Yeah,
Mephismon became Gomon
No, wait,
again.
no, sorry, that he.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, but Vicamon.
Vicamon, yeah.
Vicamon was an ancient warlord or something that he should be pretty powerful.
There's also the White Woman. He holds up a cell.
True, we haven't used that one yet.
I mean, we never had to use it.
We never, yeah, that's true. It's good.
There's one more thing you should know.
And of course, this trusty bobsled for 2.
Oh, yeah,
So,
what's
one more thing we should know.
Well, the reason that these guys were in the heavens in the first place, Seraphimon had a direct line to Yggdrasil. Karamon wanted to use it to help us rebuild that world of ours, but what if he just wanted to use it for his own nefarious purposes? I mean,
so
if
he might want.
if he hasn't gotten hold of Yggdrasil, and he might have several contingency plans. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. Maybe he's trying to replicate one of Yggdrasil's powers now.
Makes sense. That is something that.
Could we get information out of Seraphimon? He was the closest to Yggdrasil that we know.
He is currently in a tormented slumber.
Yeah, well, we can. That's not the first time we've asked the people who are sleeping or in the darkness or whatever. You know.
We definitely don't want to wake him up, because if he's not up, that means he's not good yet. And if he wakes up after all that torment, he'll be even more pissed off. So you kinda need to let him sleep. Oh.
Maybe Impmon? What happened with Impmon?
Where the fuck is Beelzebumon?
Yeah, he dipped out at some point and we
He
never saw him
showed
again.
up. He's supposed to be coming here, for fuck's sake. Anyways, is the Monitamon here?
Yeah, you've plenty of Monotamon all over the city, so...
Alright, yeah, call a few of them here. We'll call the Heavens, we'll call Digimon.
Cool, you set up a group chat.
Yeah. I don't believe we
Wish-
can call... Can we ask Digimon to set up a call with the Dark Area, since the Dome is himself?
I mean, if you link a Monotamon directly to his core, you probably could.
That's way too much work right now.
I'll say yes for now. He can channel his energy into a Monotamon to do that.
Alright. So we got the Heavens, Digimon, and the Dark Area on call. I don't think there's anyone else who can actually realistically help.
Sorry, who did you say?
The Heavens, Digimon's village, if it randomly has any combatants. I don't fucking know. And the Dark Area. Is there anyone
Right.
else?
So yeah. So just people from those places, right?
Yeah, anyone who can
Uh,
actually help.
Yeah. So maybe you should list them again. Chikaramon. Beelzebumon. Angelomon. Patamon. No.
Lord Nightmon, what?
Whatever happened to the Royal Knights, by the way? Other than you know the douchey ones.
So Lord
just
Nightmon
don't
is
get
still
around.
stuck to a magnet to this day.
We could
Allegedly,
probably
yeah.
ask him.
Jesmon and Magnamon are in the heavens right now. The rest of them are dead.
Yeah, those guys are coming. Right.
Alright.
Really?
Time
All
to-
the rest of them. Wow. Easy.
I mean,
Time
time
to
to
finish
initiate
the
the
job.
call, I guess. Alright. Unless we should keep talking about this out of game instead of in game. I'm not sure. Like, hey Jim,
Well,
one RP for
who are
20
you?
fucking people.
Who are you calling?
Again, once more.
You just hear, "Hello, is this thing on?" You get a picture of Digimon's mouth as close as possible to the monitor on screen.
We're calling the people who can call the heavens, Digimon, and connecting the call to dark area via Digimon.
You want to call literally everyone in the heavens and everyone in Digimon's village and everyone in the dark area. Literally everyone.
Not everyone, for fuck's sake. The people in charge, so we can actually set up the armies. Why? Why?
I don't know. I'm confused. You're confusing me.
Oh my fucking god.
I am confused. I'm trying to be the courageous one here.
Okay, so the video call connects. The video call has Digimon on one line. He speaks on behalf of Digimon City.
There we go. Close for. Okay.
We have Vamdimon on the dark area line, speaking on behalf of the dark area. You also probably have Felismon and
Oh, he devolved. Okay, my bad.
Murmuskmon. Sorry, he evolved.
Okay.
And what's the Kappa one called? Is it? I've written down.
Sagilmon, I think.
Yes, Sagomon. That was it. Or
Sagomon.
Sagomon's also on the line as one of the representatives of the dark area. In terms of the heavens, you have Karibimon, who is accompanied by his aides, Angelomon, speaking on behalf of the heavens, basically. And then, obviously, in Icon City, you'll probably invite people like Triceramon, Leomon, Mummymon, anyone else that can fight, basically, in Icon City.
Yeah, Hyugamon.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe they're a bit weak now that they're just champion levels, but...
Yeah, as I said, we can evolve them at least to perfect level if we combine our devices.
Cool.
Okay. So, we know where Diablomon is. We know what we need to do, and we kinda need all the help we can get here. So essentially, we're asking you guys who you believe you can send us reinforcements. Because remember, if we fall, the world kinda falls with us.
Well, in my village, only really I have combat experience, says Digimon. I don't know how much use I can be, but I could be there, he says.
Regarding you, before the battle initiates, we may be able to remove the curse as well.
Why, that's excellent news, he says. I might finally reclaim my old form. In that case, I'll be a great asset in battle, he says. Vamdemon leans forward and he says, well, if that old fogey's going to go in, count me in, he says. You've seen how powerful and how strong I can be. I'm more than happy to help, he says. I think Murmuskmon and Sagomon sort of murmur between each other until Sagomon finally pipes up. He says, "Look, you don't know me, but I'm Sagomon," he says. He like points to his chest. Like, I rule one of the places in the dark area. It's nice to meet you and all, but you know, if I leave, who knows what'll happen to these people beneath me? They could go berserk. They could, you know, not make the right choices. It's why we're in this place in the first place, a lot of us. So I'd like to stay behind. And I think Murmuskmon probably should too. He's like, why me? Why should I stay behind? You don't like to fight. You're a weakling, no offense. He like slaps him on the back hard. And Murmuskmon sort of looks down at his shoes Fine, I'll stay behind, he says. But I can send some reinforcements, he says. The Gigadromon and the Megadromon beneath me, they're loyal to a fault. I can send them for you, he says.
You had more of those?
Oh wait, yeah, sorry, wait, you shot those to the stars. I just remembered. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, because they left the army.
Yes.
Yeah,
they're gone.
I can allow you to take some of my Dark Nightmon, he says.
You're right. You're right on the fact that they were loyal to a fault, but not to you.
True,
Not to
true,
you.
true. Sorry. Yeah, he can offer Dark Nightmons to help you. Caribimon, he says, I will offer you as much aid as I can, Digidestin, but Piedmon destroyed our armies, and, well, we're still rebuilding from the disaster that happened with the Digidestin attacking us, he says.
Would either Jesmon or Magnamon be up for helping?
Preferably both. Depends
Not
what one sees.
necessarily both, right? We need to leave some defenses behind. Let's not be completely fools.
I mean,
One sec, I want to roll something real quick.
true, I guess.
What was the outcome with the talk with Magnamon? I remember he kept following you. Well, not Taisto, but medieval Dukemon, because he took on the form of a Dukemon. What was the outcome of your conversation with him again? Was it like you came to an understanding, or was it that he was still annoyed at you
I
guys for using his form?
I remember Sonia breaking down, crying over all the violence, and that somehow made him stop
Yeah.
and calm down Jesmon as well. But I don't know if we've fully cleared the air, you know.
If I remember correctly, after his talk with Grand Drachmon post-mortem, they kinda came to an understanding that, like, he'll see how things play out or something. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a very
Yeah.
long time since we saved the heavens.
Like, they're not on awful terms, that's for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna say that Jesmon and Magnamon currently don't want to help. Magnamon is still a little peeved off that you're using Dukemon's form. He's calmed down a bit and he's not going to attack you or anything over it, but, you know, it's his friend's body that's basically being puppeted by somebody else, is the way that he sees it, so he doesn't want to help. And Jesmon definitely doesn't want to help because you were directly responsible for an entire building falling on his master. So, yeah, I don't think he's very happy.
Some
with you
royal
guys at the
knights we
moment.
have there.
Yeah, some royal knights, eh?
Some royal knights, you know, standing up for the good of the digital world. It's no big deal if we fail. Then the entire world is going to be destroyed. Multiple worlds, in fact. But
Alright.
sure, you guys hold on to your petty grievances all you want. We'll handle it like we have always done, with or without you.
And a reminder that even if some of the forces are still at Dork level, we have the means of temporarily boosting them up to perfect for like 15 or so minutes. Battles typically don't take longer than that.
Can we at least get Angel Woman?
I'd be happy to help, she says. She puts an arm across her chest.
Excellent. I knew we could count on at least some people in the heavens.
Perfect. So we have like Uncursed, Digimon, Vamdemon, Dark Nightmons, and Angelomon.
And where the heck is Beelzebumon?
Somewhere. Who knows?
He still hasn't showed up. Maybe
He-
he'll be Deus Ex Machina and just show up to help for some reason.
He is a free spirit, so he always shows up when we least expect him to.
You got that right.
What?
Beelzebumon! Yay!
No.
Is he your favorite? I don't know.
He's literally standing right behind you.
Ah,
Hey,
jump
What
scare.
the fuck? Okay.
now good to see you, friend-ish. Yeah. Hey, are you up for assaulting Diablomon?
Sorry I'm late. It took me a while to find this place, he says.
How?
It's
at
not
the
easy
center
without a
of
map, he says.
It's at the center.
I had to find my way out of Witchenley after you left it in chaos and turmoil.
Yeah, how the fuck did you get?
That's fair.
Okay, that's fair. That's
How
fair.
did you even get out?
Luckily, I managed to snatch one of these handy-dandy scrolls, he says. Let me get out real quick, but I didn't know where I was when I got out. I'm here now, but yeah, I'm not good at this fight, he says. He like raises his hands. He's like, it seems kind of risky. I don't risk my life for nothing, he says.
Okay, but counter argument. If you don't help and we lose, you die anyways.
Solid point.
Yeah, but I get to live longer. If you guys, if you guys succeed, great, I get to live. If you guys fail, I get to live longer. So
Yeah, for like 5 minutes.
I'd rather live rich and die happy than go into a war that I'm not comfortable with and die. I've seen firsthand the power that this Diablomon possesses, and let me tell you, I have never been more tempted in my life to go ask for his help, because Jesus Christ, I could be rich beyond my wildest dreams if I did that. But you know what? Everyone he's come into contact with has perished, so life's more important than money.
That's true.
You still should help us because on the one hand, if you don't help and we lose, you die. That's it. Like that's it.
Well, obligatory reminder, we can't really force anyone's hand.
And if you come with us, and you're the one that makes the difference, then you get to live. So it's
Plus, you'll gain the
straightforward.
respect. You'll gain the respect of everyone involved, and you'll get many business
True.
opportunities.
That's right.
God, you people are manipulative.
I mean, we could just say that we're the Digidestined and you're our favorite business partner in the entire digital world. If that's what it takes.
I'll sell out. I don't care.
Okay.
Taisto, could you please roll plus superior?
No, please don't. Anything but
something,
that.
something. Grab the shovel.
Anything but that, please. No.
You know what is
Please
what's
don't
the
make
funniest
me. I'll
part?
do anything. I'll say anything. No.
The funniest
just
part is
don't.
you won't even get help from me because I'm like, guys, if he doesn't, then he doesn't.
It definitely sounds like you're trying to persuade him, Taisto.
No. I take back everything I said. I didn't. Daisto did not say any of that. None of it happened.
Retcon.
I will
would
retcon. I will
never.
immediately instant retcon. Just take out the whiteout pen and gloss everything over because I'm not rolling superior.
Of course, we would never ask you to help us if you don't want to. We're the Digidestined. We respect your autonomy.
Also, if it means anything, we don't really plan for you guys to directly confront Diablomon himself. Just like his troops, so that we don't get overwhelmed.
His troops, huh?
Look,
Okay, that I can handle, he says. I just don't want to handle him.
Yeah, no,
Everyone
no.
he comes
Alright,
into
that's fine.
contact
We
with
would-
dies. And I'm not risking my life for nothing. But if he has some weak underlings or something, I'm more than happy to take those out for you, he says.
all right, then we have a deal.
Great.
Yes.
Good, so how much am I getting paid for this gig? Yeah, I'm just kidding with you. I'm not like that no more, he says.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they could pay him quite a sum regardless with the people we have here. But yeah.
I gotta build a
Okay,
good
yes.
reputation here, unless I don't want to get no business. You understand? Capiche?
All right.
Hope you stay that way. And then from Icon City, which ones will help?
I think
Bakaramon?
Tricheramon definitely volunteers to help, and definitely Leomon as well. He wants nothing more than to support
Mummy.
you guys. I think Mummymon has a
Mummymon?
little too much to lose, and he doesn't want to get tangled up in Diaboromon again,
Probably
because he's
just
only
what
just
he wants.
resurrected his wife. He has a little candle one to look after as well now.
True.
So he doesn't particularly want to stick his neck out and get it chopped off when he's just got everything he wants back. So he says that he's going to stay in Icon City and protect the people here while you're gone, because you
Alright,
need someone to defend the city.
What about Hugamon?
I guess that's fair.
Yeah,
But
Hugomon's more than happy to help. He's just like, Diaboromon smash!
Would I go and see Lord Nightman if he's still around the village on his magnet?
He is not around the village on his magnet. We established last episode in the post-credit scene that he's currently stuck to a magnet and he's in Caramon's lair.
Caramon's lair?
Yep.
He got kidnapped with the scientists, apparently.
Dang it. I completely forgot about that.
This is the list so far, which is pretty fucking good to be honest.
Let's have a look. So we have an uncursed Digimon, if he becomes uncursed, that is. If he's not uncursed, he'll be a little bit weaker because he's cursed and he's an old, feeble man. But he is still a mega level Digimon and can still do damage.
Let me
We have
swap a...
Vamdemon, who can become his true, ugly, hideous form that he absolutely hates becoming, if he needs to. We have the Skull Knightmon, Cavalier modes, and whatnot that can be sent from the
Dark
Dark
Nightmon.
Zone.
Okay, she said Dark Nightmon, so I was like, oh, the big ones.
Yeah, I mean, they can evolve into Dark Knightmons with your Digivice powers, I guess. We have Belzimon, we have the White Waymon, if you want to call him in with your favour. We have Triceramon, Leomon, and Hugamon.
Do the Wergarurumon come with Vandemon? Because they were following Taisto around at some point.
They went out to like build shit, so I'm pretty sure they just want to live free.
That's fair.
Last time we would say, we can build that village we wanted, and that's the last we saw of them.
Yeah, I think that they're currently building that village. It's like to the east of Digimon's village, and they're probably extremely busy at the moment and unable to help.
Alright, so we'll obviously temporarily evolve Leomon and Hugamon. The question is, can we afford to evolve anyone else?
You can evolve 3 of them, and it will be time limited when you do,
3 of them.
because there's 3 of you. I'm going to say that for the purposes of this, Zachary and Pablo are MIA for some reason or another.
Will any
They've
of
been
the...
kidnapped as well.
any
off
chance
screen.
any of
they've
the
been
old one?
they've been grabbed by Peter and taken on an adventure elsewhere.
Any chance that
On
any
their
of
own
the old
spin-off
chosen ones
show.
come with?
I'm sorry.
Any chance that any of the old chosen ones come with?
I don't think they want to get tangled up in Caramon again.
Wow. We were right all wrong, except if it involves risk and danger, in which case.
Ainari
Yeah.
seemed up for it
Yes.
last time. But
Sorry, who seemed up for it? Sorry.
Ainari seemed like he would be up for it.
Oh yeah, Einar was probably the only one that was like, yeah, I'll help, but everybody
That's
else is
out of
like,
the
fuck
question.
no.
Nope. Nope. Out of the question. Einar is not coming with. Nope.
But why not?
0 chance
I'm
of
just
that
as
happening.
strong, if not stronger than you, he says.
Press X to
Stronger
doubt.
than me.
Taisto, sometimes when your child grows old, you need to learn to let go and let them be their
You
own
shut
person.
the fuck up. You shut your mouth so fast that you're not gonna even get a chance to stop. Shut up. Anyway, you're not coming. I'm not risking it. No way.
You guys can't even synchronize with your Digimon properly yet.
I'm not
Yeah.
even sure if that's a mechanic
You-
we're
you-
going to have in the first place.
Still, no chance. Like that's an actually even better reason not for you to not come, because you'll be there to take all the punishment directly. You'd get hurt.
But it's
I
my
don't want
fault
to
that
get-
Nemesimon is there. It's my fault that whatever Karamon's up to has gone so far. I don't want to shoulder more guilt, he says.
Look, I don't want to argue with you. Could you just please? Why can't you see that I just want to make sure that you're safe?
And he wants to make amends. If you force him to stay out of it while he wants to go,
Shut up!
that's worse for him.
Shut up!
Especially if we fail. God, then it's going to be so much worse for him.
Fine, he says. I'll stay behind.
No, don't do that. No.
You were supposed to keep pushing! I'm trying to
Yes,
help!
you were supposed. Yes, do that.
Wait, you want him to push more? Okay.
I'm like picking up the hints here and like.
What happened to? Look, Antiname, it used to be that we were on this exactly the same wavelength. You could always pick the things up, and now look, I'm synchronizing with Elinor more than you. Come on, man.
What's happened? What?
What happened to us?
See, I thought it might be more interesting if he declined and did something later. But okay.
No. Fair enough. That's a fair enough.
But
All right,
okay.
let's go with that. Let's go with that instead. Great, thank you. I'm glad you see things my way. I just
So-
want to make sure that you're safe and do not do anything stupid to risk yourself in under any circumstance.
Well, I'm sorry that you think I'm
Hint,
so
hint.
stupid, he says. And he like
That's not what I.
slams his mug down that he's drinking and storms out.
That's not what I.
Alright, so. Yeah, and that's why.
I'd like you to
Well,
lower your kind and raise your superior, please, Toaster, if you're able to. I'm not sure if you've got any of those locked.
No, neither is locked. But you see, I was doing it out of kindness. no, I don't. Definitely. Okay, we'll have to deal with this shit.
Alright, so realistically, we're either evolving Anzegomon or Tricheramon because the other ones will take far too much.
Angelomon. We're evolving Angelomon. Angelomon
Alright.
currently has more experience since her last evolution. Tricheramon is a very recent evolution, from like 20 episodes ago or something.
Right, so
So
the temporary evolutions are Anzegomon to probably Holydramon, Leomon probably to Grappleomon, and Hyugamon to fuck if I know.
Okay, yeah, I know who they're going to evolve into now. I have ideas.
That's a
you're
pretty
the one
good
who wants to
army.
bet someone.
Like, surely
No
they'll be able
reason.
to hold back the Keramon at the very least.
Surely they will. Surely you're not
And,
walking directly into a trap. Cool. So you guys.
You're welcome.
You guys have organized who's going to be
Definitely.
helping you. They all arrive in Icon City a few days later. Some a couple of days. Some of them, like literally the day later. You see Digimon come last. He sort of had to like ride on the back of another Digimon because he can't move very well. So he's currently sat on the back of a almost like a Griffinmon or something. And
Griffinmon, that's level 5, can that help?
could do. Maybe that's why he's brought it with him. We also see Vandemon show up. He's brought a couple of Devi Dramon with him that are his pets, thinking maybe they could help out too. Angelmon descends from the heavens almost instantly. She literally is there in like a second. Like she can be anywhere she wants in the digital world, basically, as long as she's coming from heaven. And yeah, everyone basically assembles in town, and you head out en masse, opening the vial of green data, which
double
spews out.
checking. That is this.
Yes, Hippogriffmon. That's what I was meaning. Sorry.
Okay, perfect. That's adding that to the army. that's strong, boy.
Cool. Yeah, you guys. The last thing we see on the screen is you guys opening the green vial, and the ones and zeros inside, sort of going up your noses and into your ears, and then the screen cuts to black, and the episode ends there, and we'll march upon Diaboromon next episode.
Yay! We're gonna do
Hooray.
it. So next episode is the final episode. Saigono episode.
Yes,
Definitely.
because Taisto dies.
Of course, it's the final episode. It's not like I have a whole other half of the arc planned.
Yeah,
No,
like,
no.
surely we won't also
You-
have to
I
deal
can't.
with Yggdrasil.
I mean, I can only die next episode if I manage to score 6. Yeah, 6 potential and a moment of truth in the next episode.
Let you do
That
all
actually
the
I
roles.
believe
it
in
sounds doable. I'm pretty sure I can do that. It's not even gonna be tight. I'm gonna fucking do it.
Okay, so let you do all the roles and interrupt every single one of them. Got it.
Yeah, and make sure that all of them are with superior. Like literally every single one of them is with superior. Oh no.
Alright, also, before we leave, shouldn't we, like, release the curse? Lift the curse? Since we're going anyways.
You can't lift Digimon's curse until you unleash Golfmon.
Yeah, that
so
seems
you'll be
like
doing
the
that.
start of the.
You're probably doing
Start
that
of the
in the
operation.
mission. In the mission, you'll probably unleash Golfmon.
Okay, figured we'd do it beforehand, but okay.
Yeah, I don't think Diablomon will wait for very long once he senses Golfmon and the contract is. Yeah, so that will probably start the hostilities. Well, I would imagine so, anyway.
Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and mark my potential.
Yep, everybody mark a potential.
Die.
Nope, you
Paste.
can't make me. You can't make
box.
me.
Tick that box.
But
Tick that box. Tick that box.
No, I won't. I refuse. I can't.
Okay. Anyway, yes. So who grew closer to other people? Who grew further away from other people? Who grew into their own image themselves?
I was in the episode.
You sure were. Jesus Christ, you barely talked.
Well, you talked more than last time, honestly.
I don't think I did. Pretty sure I did more last time, but
Last
Did
time
you?
you
Sorry
were
about
actually
that.
active.
What?
Last time you were actually active.
Yeah. Last time I did stuff. I'm sorry. I was there was something I was dealing with at the time. It literally started at the same time the session did, and I was a bit out of it for a while.
That's no problem.
So sorry to cause a disappointment.
It is fine.
Let's
It's
hope next
okay.
time I get to smash in some Caramon head, and that's gonna make things a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna walk directly into a trap, but yeah.
No. It's the perfect plan. What could go wrong?
It is
Like
the
it's
only, it's the only plan, right? Like,
I'm
If
still
the game
extremely
broke,
annoyed
don't
that that's
fix
what
it.
we're forced to go with.
it's not like I gave you countless other ways to get into this place, like an underground
Yes,
tunnel.
you did, and then he
or-
just trolled.
Yeah, so let's start with Kageyaki. Which end of session thing are you gonna grab?
Fucking... None of them do anything. Grew closer to Sonya. Fuck me up.
Okay, which labels do you have still open?
Reckless
Is
and
that-
kind.
Some kind. Well, we're going balls in, so reckless up kind, kind minus.
Great, because that's the only thing you can do without fucking me up.
Good.
Reckless was at -2.
Cool. Then we'll move on to, let's do Sonia because you're talking.
Okay. Well, I don't have any. I grew closer to my own image because I confronted the darkness inside.
Yep, that makes sense.
I don't know. Maybe by having that talk over that thing that overpowered me, I feel myself a bit more superior and less saviory because I'm about to do something to merge with the darkness.
Yeah. The other way that you could
Yeah,
say that
that's-
as well is you could say that you want to be more of a savior because you're sort of protecting everyone with.
I could,
one's thing.
but I
and
can't because the labels are not.
You can. You
in
just take a condition for it, and we'd have to describe why you take that condition. But it's up to you.
Also, since I talked about the darkness in this episode, I probably gain 1 balance. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Gain a balance.
Yep. Yep.
Sounds good. And Taisto.
I was in the episode. I think
You are in the
Taisto-
episode, so you gain 5 potential.
No.
Yes, yes.
I have grown into my own image of myself. Because he did neither of the other two. I think he sees himself as a complete fool who does not have control over his own actions or emotions and is isolated from the others as a result of him taking his foot and then the leg attached to it and shoving it all the way into his mouth when dealing with Einari. So I'm going to increase unique and lower superior.
Cool. Sounds good. Cool.
And I am not taking the potential. You can't make me.
Yes, we can.
No, you can't. It says right there on the sheet that it's optional.
Not if I
it
have a
says that, but
fucking
it-
gun.
Oh shit.
I actually
shit.
don't have a after credit scene this time.
What?
So I'm going to leave it at that.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
Yeah, top 10.
No,
anime trails.
clearly you can set up the trap, right? You know what the trap is, right? Right?
I'm not going to tell you what the trap is. That would spoil the surprise.
Oh, is that why? Yes, that makes perfect sense. That's the only reason why, right?
Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. No after credit scenes this time.
All right.
So I hope you enjoyed
Well,
the session.
thanks for the session.
And I will see you all. Ooh, next Sunday is potentially unavailable for me. Let me just double check.
Oh yeah, I definitely can't do next Sunday. That's actually a good point. I definitely cannot do next Sunday.
Yeah, I can't do next Sunday or the Sunday after. So sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
Oh no,
So our next session will be on April 2nd.
Jesus, mate! You need an entire month just to come up with a trap. I mean,
No, I'm sorry. I'm going away
let's
for
see,
my
actually.
my wife's birthday, and then the weekend after that is sorry. So the week next weekend is my wife's birthday. The weekend after that, I am going away for a whole week for my wife's birthday to Scotland, so I won't have a computer.
happy birthday.
That's fair.
So yeah, I
Have lots of fun
I won't be around for
without
those 2
us.
weeks. Yeah, I'm sure I'll have good fun. But yeah, I'll come back. I'll give you a big trap when I get back. Don't worry, I'll have all the plans.
Don't worry about it. You can actually not give it up, and it will be perfectly okay.
Cool. Yeah, so 2 Sundays time. So that's the 2nd of April. Is everyone cool with that?
Yep. I'm fine with
Yeah,
this.
sure.
Cool, awesome. So next session, 2nd of April. See you all there at B Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks again to. Sorry, I'm going to mispronounce this. It's either Dainzu or Dainzu for watching the session. He's been watching basically every session of ours for the
Yay.
past 5 or 6 sessions now. So
Hey, thank
Hi.
you. Hope you enjoy yourself.
You're a king,
yeah, thanks for
or
watching.
a queen, or an emperor, or whatever.
So shout out to Dainzu or Dinzu, how you pronounce it. And I'll see you all in 2 weeks' time. I'm going to end the stream now. Catch you all later.
Bye, mom.
Bye, Mom.
Until next
Or
time.
should I say?
Bye.
Or should I say, dear Boromon?
See you next year, Diabolo
Or do you
mom.
mean Diabolo Mom?
No.
Oh no, no.
When someone in the group says the same joke but louder and everyone laughs.